Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. We've got some new cards coming into FC25, but these arrive with a twist. Any single one of them can go into any one of our teams because they have boosted chemistry. Yes, that's the Globetrotters promo in a nutshell. We have the first couple of leagues to look at with these cards, but I think the biggest potential with these cards comes with evolutions. We'll talk about that today. But on top of that, we have a gameplay change coming to FC25 today with a live tuning gameplay update. EA is going to be nerfing power shots, but making left stick dribbling better. Yes, that's going to impact the market as well. We got to talk about that. And today's Rivals rewards, we're all opening those rewards. We got trying to pack some Ultimate Succession cards and really just getting some fodder for SBCs and stocking up on those Mode Mastery tokens. Is the market going to keep going higher today? Because prices just seem to be going only one way. All that and more in today's video, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Let's start by looking over yesterday's Wednesday content in FC25. Firstly, in objectives, where we didn't get anything new, but this is just your daily reminder to double check and make sure you maybe finished the objectives that give SP that you want to get done, because there's a good amount of these, including the weekly objectives, seasonal objectives inside of here for Ultimate Team and Career Mode and Clubs that refresh today. So if you're trying to maximize the amount of SP that you can potentially get, make sure you go ahead and take a look at those, like the Argentinian World Tour. This one, I got to play 4 more games to get 2,000 SP. This one's really worth doing. So I'm going to make sure to get that one done, but just watch out for SP today because there will be more coming via the content drop, I would imagine. Now let's go to SBCs, where we had content yesterday. Guys, I was very surprised to not see an evolution. Hopefully that means we are going to have some good Evo content with this next promo. But going to SBCs, our daily player SBC trend continues with Jesse Fleming, the Canadian NWSL player, 4-star, 5-star. The stats on the card look pretty nice, but I'll be honest, it would be nice if she had boosted chemistry on this card. Again, the stats look good. The play styles, though, only 4 playstyles in December. That's a little bit unfortunate. She does have a roll plus at the center attacking mid position. The only caveat to this is, if it's a player that interests you, only 50,000 coins to complete the Fleming SBC, but not a lot going on there. Now, an SBC maybe you missed, but you probably shouldn't have, is the Ultimate Succession Challenge 3. This gives a tradable mega pack, which is a very good pack for the cheap price of this SBC. It's really easy to get done. You could get it done from your club almost instantly. Just one nation, I think, of players, and it's just a gold squad, like 79 or 80 rated, really easy to get done. A tradable 35k pack is very worth getting from that, basically free from the club SBC. Now, this is the real SBC from yesterday, the 86 plus campaign mixed player pick. We figured there was going to be some sort of Wednesday gamble, right? There always is. And this is the best campaign pick that we've had. But the problem is they didn't change any of the cards in it. You still only can get Total Rush, Trailblazers, or Road to the Knockout players. But of course, they added the 86 plus caveat to it instead of an 85 plus. I've heard a lot about this SBC. We opened some of them yesterday on stream, and they were terrible. Like, I think we opened 10. We had one guy get Ronaldo, Total Rush Ronaldo, who's a 350,000 coin card, and the rest of them were like absolute fodder discard players. It's an 83, 84, and 85 rated squad, which is coming in at around 73,000 coins. To me, I would almost rather put that fodder into an icon pack. I mean, I know that's some on the lower end of fodder for an icon pack, but I feel like you have such a higher ceiling with what you could get from an icon upgrade, and you're guaranteed to at least get something maybe a little bit better from this. They're both gamble packs, but I elected at least to forego the 86 plus campaign. And instead, I'm going to try the base icon upgrade. Now, I have heard that some people got really good pulls from this, but again, you know what you're signing up for here. It's a chance. It's a gamble at something good, but most times it's not going to be that. So with this SBC being out, I wondered if it was going to make fodder move, but it didn't really. 83s are still the same price. 84s are still 2,000 coins. They're kind of trending down a little bit as we'd head into Rivals rewards today, which will definitely supply some of these cards in terms of impacts, gold, fodder, a good bit more today. I think 85s went up a little bit straight away, but they didn't really move too much, which maybe just shows how much hype there is for this SBC and people wanting to go and do it, which seems like not that much. Now, the last part of content yesterday was a brand new team of the week. Since it's Wednesday, we know what's happening. And the biggest question I have is, why does Cole Palmer still not have a playstyle plus? He's also at minimum price, so if you pack him today, good luck selling him unless EA changes price range, because 87 informs are mostly not selling for 25K. But Cole Palmer, Griezmann, and Musiala headline the team of the week. Griezmann did not get the weak foot upgrade, so it's almost an identical card to his Total Rush, but the Total Rush is definitely better with that 4-star weak foot for sure. Musiala, that's his first special card in packs. He's had the SBC. That's his first card in packs, though, besides his gold. Cancelo's a really interesting one. 90K for this card, which I would have to imagine drops today, but that's a card that I think a lot of people might want to use with the Saudi League links, especially for Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's why maybe he's carrying a bit of a higher price tag at the moment. But that's an interesting team of the week, as well as a guy like this Brugman. Links to Suarez. We'll talk about Suarez later today. And a pretty crazy card for being 15,000 coins. But he's going to be probably discard price today as these cards get supplied from Rivals Rewards. Now let's talk about the promo, guys. We're here to talk about the new stuff, what's upcoming, because this actually has a little bit of excitement coming to it because it's Globetrotters and it gives chemistry, guys. That is one of the biggest things. Hold on, false start. I actually forgot to talk about Road to Knockout upgrades. Forgive me for this one. We got to talk about this first before we get into Globetrotters because this is one of the biggest things from yesterday. I almost forgot about this. Kefrem Taram, our guy, is finally getting upgraded. I say our guy. He's in my club. I evoed him. A lot of people have done this SBC. Probably one of the most recognizable, known, overpowered, and maybe annoying at the same time SBCs of the early part of this year. Kefrem Taram's finally getting his +2 because Juve beat City yesterday, and he's going +2. Havertz getting a +1, Jimenez getting a +1 as well. So GG's to all those who are still using Taram, like myself, and look out for those upgrades coming on Friday. Again, Road to the Knockout upgrades are always on Fridays, not the day after or on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. We have more games today, and then the games from 2 days ago on Tuesday will be upgraded all on Friday. Okay, now let's talk about Globetrotters. Sorry for the false start. This promo, again, guys, is very similar to one that we saw last year. And last year was the first time that we ever saw a promo like this. Maybe it's ringing a bell for you. Maybe when I show you these cards, it'll make more sense. Radioactive last year was a card that was all about boosting chemistry, and that's what made it pretty interesting, right? And that's what makes this promo of Globetrotters coming up pretty interesting as well, because EA have already told us that's the whole mantra of the promo. Now, this was the screen that EA had in-game, which we actually took a closer look at yesterday and realized that it was a mistake. And now if you try to find it in game, it is not there. At least I tried to find it and it's gone. So I think EA realized their mistake. If you look at the squad building aspect here, when you go to build chemistry in your team, it doesn't take 3 players to get a club point. They have club and league mixed up here. But this does show correctly, I guess, the fact that the Globetrotters players get double boosted chemistry. Basically, each player provides 1 league, nation, and club link. Well, you're actually going to get 2 for each of these players that you put into your squad. And that means they're automatically on 2 chem when you put them into a team. And all you need to get them on full chem would be either an icon or even simpler than that, a manager league. So if you had this Tagliafico in your squad and you put a League One McDonald's manager league on whatever manager you have, that would be your 3rd league point, and he would go to a 3 chem max chem card and be providing other helpful chem for any other League One players you would have in your team. So that's the biggest W with this promo, is they get chemistry automatically when you put them into a team. So any card can go into a team from this Globetrotters promo, but it also helps you link other cards, specifically ones that are pretty hard to link, right? You take a look at the promo last year, you had guys like Kavicha, who's pretty hard to link. Usually this card you could just chuck into a team. Maybe you had Sam Kerr, Messi with the Inter Miami move, right? We've got an Inter Miami leak to look at today. And then other players that are maybe in popular leagues, but maybe with nations that aren't as common as France or Argentina or Italy. You've got Valverde with Uruguay. You've got Araujo last year too. You've got Mazraoui. We had this Nani card last year. Hopefully we get a Nani card this year as well, especially because he just announced his retirement. Something with boosted chemistry for him, again, would be super sick. So that's the whole point of this promo. Now, when we get into the leaks, we have a Suarez leak. This is finally what we were waiting for, man. I don't like this dynamic image because it makes Suarez look so old, man. I don't know if I can get around that. But Luis Suarez is coming as a Globetrotters player soon. These are not the official stats, but this is going to make his card Very easy to link. I know when you think of a Suarez card coming into the game, you're like, oh my goodness, I got to go look at the price of Messi on the market because how am I going to link Suarez? But it's kind of weird. You kind of don't have to think about that because you just know that this card is going to get chemistry by himself, and all you will need is like the MLS manager league, or maybe one other icon in your squad. If you did the Buffon SBC, if you've done an icon pack, that's all you need to get this Suarez in full chemistry. It's that easy, and that's the best part about this promo, making cards that were very hard to link easy to link. So that's a card that's coming. I hope he doesn't get Aerial Plus, by the way. Finesse Plus or Power Shot would be ultimately ideal, in my opinion, for Suarez. Boost up the pace, boost up the shooting and the dribbling, everything. That could be a fun card. I remember so many Suarez promo cards of old. That one should slap. Now, the other leak we have is for an SBC, and that is for Mahrez. This one as well could be really good because I remember using Mahrez cards in the past. He's always had a very OP FIFA card because his left stick dribbling, his 5-star skills, he's always very good. Now, again, what's going to be tough? The links. Not anymore with the Globetrotters chemistry. The issue for me is, does Mahrez get a position change? Because I believe in game, he's only got right mid. If they give him center attacking mid, 5-star, 4-star, they don't, 5-5 would be crazy, but I doubt they would do that. If they give him 5-star, 4-star with the center attacking mid, he's got finesse, he's got technical, flair, first touch, add a couple more play styles in there. He's already got plus inside forward. If they add maybe something else, maybe give him a cam plus role as well, that could be a really, really good SBC. And I know we have our bar set high when it comes to an SBC of a chemistry linking promo, because last year, the first day of Radioactive, we had this Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which was one of the best cheap SBCs during the first half of the year. And people were using this card even into the middle stages of like post team of the year because he was so good with the pace, with the dribbling and the shooting, and he was only 92,000 coins. And again, the chemistry links were huge there. So fingers crossed that this Mahrez could be very good value as well with the center attacking mid position added, and that could be awesome. Now, we only have those 2 leaks right now. I would imagine there's more leaks coming, and again, you probably expect most of these leaks to be from players who don't have a top 9 nation. You're probably not going to see many players from this promo have a top 9 nation or a top 5 league, but as you saw in the Radioactive team last year, they'll probably try to fit some players in that do fit those criteria. Now, those are the leaks for the Impacts cards, but like I mentioned, for this sort of promo, it's the Evos for me that bring me a lot of anticipation, because last year with Radioactive, we had some really good Evos. Now, think about a card like this, Dompy Evo, who a lot of people put into Dino Magic for 100,000 coins. Yeah, sure, he's French, but he's in the Bundesliga League 2. Imagine if you could, I know it would be taking away the cool card design that the Dino Magic gives, but imagine if you could give this card boosted chemistry just through an Evo. Those are the things I hope for with this promo, is just the ability to put almost any card into an Evo to get the new card design, to get the chemistry boost. If we could do that 1 or 2, or if we're even lucky, 3 times during this promo, that would be insane. I doubt they let us do it more than twice, I'll be honest. But I would look forward to that. But then I would also look forward to being able to upgrade players that we already have in our club to a new card design while getting stat boost. I remember an Evo last year where I put it was the second Spanish league, La Liga Hypermotion, whatever it's called, a player from that who I'd evoed from a bronze into a really solid gold card, and then I gave him a chemistry boost and a stat boost as well. His name was Mahmoud. I don't know if you guys remember him from last year. He's kind of a legendary FC24 Evo, but I look at some of my Evos right now, like this Podolski. I would absolutely love to put Podolski into an Evo, give him a couple of stat boosts, maybe boost the weak foot too, or the skill moves, and then give him the chemistry. That's the hope that I have for Evos, and maybe that's why EA didn't release any Evos yesterday. If we don't get one today, I guess that's fingers crossed that Evos during Globetrotters could slap. So that's kind of the whole premise of the promo. Watch out for more leaks today. Hopefully, there's some good news to come with that. Now, let's talk about the right here, the right now, what has just changed in FC25. Maybe as you're logging in today, or maybe you haven't even gotten on the game yet, but you will be greeted with, because I just saw it when I logged in just a little bit ago, a message saying that a live tuning patch has just went live. And of course, that is what we talked about in the intro. They are nerfing first-time power shots and contested headers, but they are improving left stick dribbling. That's what jog dribbling responsiveness with the ball is. That is using a player while not using, I believe, technical or the sprint dribble. If you're just using simple left stick dribbling, it should be more responsive. That's incredible. We love that. Now also decrease the accuracy of first-time power shots, which were a little bit crazy, let's be honest, and contested headers. I think we're thinking about corners for that. So the changes, they said, players now make more frequent touches to the ball when jog dribbling, and they reduce the accuracy of the headers and the power shots. Now again, this isn't an update that you have to actually go to your PlayStation or your Xbox or PC and download anything. It's just automatically going to apply when you start the game. Now, maybe if your console was like on overnight, maybe just like reset the game. You know how you can go out and close app, probably close app until you get the message. It'll pop up. You guys have seen updates in game before, right? There's a QR code where you can get to that same page I just showed you. And there's also like an explanation of what changed. That's how you get this update to apply. And I believe it is actually out now. So I haven't played any games yet. I'm sure a lot of people will be looking into that today. But as you can see, and as we tweeted about yesterday as well, I was worried that this was going to happen, and it's starting to a little bit. I know that first-time power shots were the only thing that was nerfed, right? Not all power shots, but you're already starting to see how player prices are dropping on some of these really meta power shot plus players, like the Drogba's a very overpowered one. This Hamsik, he was actually even lower than what he normally was. Yesterday, he went from 1.23, 1.24. He was down at 1.15. It's back up just a little bit now, but I'd be a little bit worried for power shot plus players because people see this, they see, oh, nerf to the power shot. They're going to maybe go off and sell a few more of those players. Now, on the flip side, you think about players that have really high dribbling stats. Maybe after this update, there's a bit of a push towards those. It's going to be one of those things where every time this game updates, even if it's something as small as seemingly small as a little live tuning update like this, everybody's going to be wondering what's the new meta. I wouldn't expect a whole lot to change, but maybe I need to try myself. Maybe the left stick dribbling does feel a little bit better. This is one of the cards that I actually own right now, Phil Foden, and I'm hoping that he feels cracked. He felt really good yesterday when I was playing with him in Rivals. You can check that out on the second channel, cheeky plug. We got our Rivals games done yesterday, tried out a couple of new cards that we had not ever used before. I'll link that above right here. Again, cheeky plug. But if left stick dribbling feels better, that's going to really make a lot of different players potentially more overpowered. So again, I'm not a gameplay pro, but that's just something to watch out for that could have market impact. Maybe players with high dribbling would go up if there's a noticeable boost there, and maybe players with power shot could be panic sold a bit. But still, it sounds like power shots would be good, just not as good first time. And headers as well for maybe a guy like VVD on corners. Maybe corners aren't as overpowered as they were before. So just something to watch out for today. But let's talk about the market. As I mentioned, a couple of cards that I had picked up for yesterday and tried out and bought and flipped. The market's really high. Guys, like prices usually heading into a Wednesday or a Wednesday into a Thursday, we see a little bit of a market drop. Nah, market's doing great. There's no reason to sell right now. A lot of people see no reason to sell cards with the content that's been out not being that good. They're like, you know what, let me just go buy players for my team. That, again, people just don't feel like they have anything to sell cards or reason to sell cards for at the moment. So prices continue to stay pretty high. That being said, we only had this, I think, 1 or 2 times this year during rewards. I'm not expecting a huge market rise today on rewards because usually what we see on Wednesdays into Thursdays, or at least earlier in the year, was we saw big drops on Wednesdays and then we saw big rises as people sold cards waiting for Rivals rewards because there was good content on a Wednesday like an icon or a hero pack that would drop prices. Then on Thursday, people get coins, they go back and they buy those cards. However, not many people sold cards yesterday, so will there be that much demand for cards today? In my opinion, I'm not expecting that much. That's why I haven't made that many investments myself. Maybe the best place to invest today would be on the cards actually in packs, because we know every week the Division Rivals Rewards is going to supply the cards that are in packs, which is all of these Ultimate Succession players and the current team of the week. I would definitely watch Kimmich. Kimmich is my guy, man. I flipped him yesterday. I mean, he's already down to 239,000 coins. The lowest we saw him on Sunday was 215. If he gets down to that price again, which he very well could in the first couple hours after the Rivals Reward supply, he could be in for a slight rise. It seems like he's very popular and very common card that people want to use from this team. Same thing with Tonali, same thing with Marquinhos and Basha. Definitely keep an eye on some of these cards and the icons as well, because they do have a decent amount of hype and people want to use them. And as they get supplied today, there could be some bounce backs later. But I think for the rest of the market, as you can tell, I haven't bought much. I think right now I bought 2 Araujos at 700,000 coins flat, 701, because he was just sitting there. I was like, yo, he's usually 750, 760, 770. I'm just going to buy that hold on to that. There's a lot of people with Guijaro and the Spanish Liga F Barcelona links right now, the women's league. So I was kind of going in on that investment. I still have the Phil Foden, and that's basically all that I have for investments right now. Not thinking there's going to be a huge crazy rise in the market today, but if you're going to buy anything, if there's anything that drops in terms of Thunderstrucks, again, most of these just continue to go up. Olise's 500K, Koundé's 760. Saliba's not up that much. Again, the Foden that I picked up's not up that much either. But you look at Reinders, he's 323,000 coins. You look at Kolo Muani, 270K. He's rising in price as well. Because of the hype with these upgrades, these cards just kind of continue to trend upwards, and they could continue to trend upwards today as well. John Barnes is 210. Guys, this is crazy. These cards are getting really, really expensive, and I'm a little worried some of them are getting too expensive, but there's no reason for people to sell those right now because nothing else looks better than those Thunderstrucks, especially with a potential upgrade still coming. So unless we have massive leaks today of big sorts of content coming out with the Globetrotters promo, I think the market could still go up. I just don't think it's going to go up like crazy on most cards. So that's kind of my expectations there, but anything that is in packs will definitely take a bit of a hit in price. Now, one thing I want to point out for today's content on Thursday as well, I'm not expecting a big day. It's a Thursday. We kind of know the drill here, right? Marquee matchups. One thing to watch out for here, Manchester City versus Manchester United. I mean, everybody would expect that to be in here. I think there's a lot of people that have invested in it. A little bit of a hint. In some of these, you can use actually the women's players. So like Spurs and Chelsea are required here for the Tottenham-Chelsea game that was this past weekend. You needed 3 Prem players, but you could have used a women's Spurs and a women's Chelsea player, I do believe. That's kind of how it's been for all year long. Maybe at least if you plan on doing marquee matchups, stock a women's City and a women's United player in your club. That way, you're maybe not paying the inflated prices for the men's players because most times those go up because that's the game that people think they're investing for, and those are the cards people think they have to turn in to the SBC. Now, we're getting the daily player SBCs as well, and the only other SBCs we have not seen yet from this list are the Winter Champions cards of Buchanan, Salthill, and actually we have an Ashley Young that has been leaked as well for Everton. So I would expect either of those 3 today unless there's something else that EA have not released yet. But I think honestly, all of these are out. I guess last shout for the Pedro and the Taylor SBC. If you're really interested in the showdown there, I think that those SBCs are going away today, of course, as that game is happening. And Casemiro, last shout for him if you want to do that SBC too. So other than more SP coming in objectives, I'm really not expecting a lot today, guys. There is one big player SBC leak that we've talked about, but it hasn't actually been confirmed yet 100%, and that is Mohamed Salah. Allegedly, he is expected to have won the Player of the Month for Premier League, but it is not confirmed yet. I would just be careful with this card because if we get a Salah POTM leak, that will be an SBC a lot of people will be looking forward to. So be careful with his total rush and his inform for sure. Honestly, thinking about him, he's Egyptian Premier League. Could be a card that would fit this promo as well. They go off nation, main league. He could even be in this current promo. So that's something to kind of watch out for, but that would be a big leak that would maybe make some fodder start to go up a little bit more after rewards today. We'll see. I think Thursday today is going to be a big leak day. It usually is each and every week. So definitely watch out for that. But honestly, guys, that's the video for today. Honestly, want to hear your thoughts about the Globetrotters promo. To me, I think it could spice some things up because last year with Radioactive, I think a lot of us found that really interesting, and I think this year, especially if the Evos slap, if the player SBCs are nice as well, I know we say that about every single promo, but man, we need something to deliver a little bit. This has to be a step up from Ultimate Suck, right? The promo that we've had this week. Fingers crossed that it will be, especially for the potential of putting chemistry on any card that we want. That's the thing that excites me the most. But let me know how you feel down in the comments, guys. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will see you guys in a stream today. Links down below in the description, and I'll see you in the second channel there if you haven't caught that video. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Thursday. Good luck with your Rivals rewards. Peace out.